Welcome everyone. This year I've been getting back into creating artist trading cards. In the past, I've used these to give away as business cards or I've traded them with other artists, which is how they're typically used. Lately, I've been hiding them around town sort of as this larger community art project called Free Art Friday. It's a pretty cool movement with the ultimate goal of inspiring others to make art and maybe as a way to spread a little joy. I'd like to think that if someone stumbles upon this and finds a little piece of free art, maybe it'll bring a smile to their face and we'll lift someone up, maybe someone who needs it. Anyway, it's a fun project to participate in, and it also gives me an opportunity to experiment and play, try some new ideas and subjects that I might not normally attempt in my larger pieces. So lately I've been working with all types of subject matter for these little trading cards, little abstract faces, everything from lures, fishing corks to crawfish, you name it. But something that I've really been fascinated with is eyes, especially animal eyes or creature eyes, even fantasy eyes. And so for the remainder of this video, I'm going to just show some of the eyes I've been experimenting with lately and how I'm approaching the making of these eyes, and hopefully this will be helpful to anyone who's interested in getting better at painting eyes. So in the beginning, I'm just going to start laying down different tones. The main plan for me here was that I wanted to do a warm eye and a cool skin or texture, to build up some contrast or to create some contrast between the eye and the surrounding animal, whatever this animal might be. I'm not being too picky in the beginning. I'm just laying down, several tones, light, medium, dark, to try to start to build up the general shape of the eye and get a little depth going. Adding the dark pupil in and some shadows really starts to build up the structure, and from there I experiment with like transparent layers of paint and just kept playing with it. Honestly, the main rule is just to keep playing with the paint until it looks good, frankly. Once I added the blue background, it really started to come together. And again, I didn't really have too much of a plan here. I was just using several different shades of blue and some white to try to build up some interesting texture. As you can imagine, like the final highlights, adding the white to the pupil or to the eyeball itself really creates a ton of depth. And I would say the only thing to really focus on there is making sure that there's the initial white that you put down, you kind of make it blurry and make it kind of fuzzy so that it creates sort of a realistic light effect on the eye. And then you can come back and add like hotter spots or more more opaque paint in select areas. And I'd say just reference a lot of eyes right, to help you sort of put the light in the right spots. So for this next one, the only real thought I had here was that I wanted the eye to be red. Maybe it was going to be like a bunny, or maybe it was some kind of a lizard creature. I don't know. I wanted it to be a red eye. This is what I love about acrylic paint is if the color doesn't look quite right, you can experiment, you can just cover it up. And I ended up doing that. Like I started out with red, but then I ended up having to go with like a yellow and white and then toning that a red glaze basically to get the right color that I wanted. And again, once you add the white highlights at the end, it really pulls it all together. This time I wanted to do the reverse of the first one. I wanted to do a blue pupil or a blue eye and really focus on sort of like an aqua color. And I did reference a Greg Simpkins painting for this. He has a big bird painting that has an eye that's very similar. And again, not trying to copy it exactly, but I did reference it to create this one. And then for the last one, I wanted to do a green sea creature type eye. And again, I referenced Greg Simpkins, his octopus painting, but I changed the shape of the eye a little bit and just kind of looked at it for color reference. Yeah, and then obviously with the green eye, the red skin or the orange tone really kind of creates a nice contrast. So I'm going to continue to make these. I'm going to continue to play with them and experiment more and more. And like I said, I've been giving these away. I've given all of them away except for this last one. So I've placed them around town, and the whole idea with the free art thing is you take a photo of it, of the art in the location with some hint to where it is, so that when you post it like on Instagram, people could potentially can know where to find it or go to look for it. So anyway, it's kind of fun. I'd encourage you guys to if nothing else, play around with the artist trading cards. They're really fun to even just to give away to friends or trade with other artists. Yeah, they're just really fun to make. They're really fun to create and share, trade with other artists, whatever. Let me know in the comments if you like these kind of things. I can do more videos on some of the other cards that I'm making, some of the other bugs and faces and weird stuff that I'm experimenting with. If you want me to go more in depth with the eyes and maybe go slower and do a more real-time painting demo, I can do that. If you like this video, you've watched this far, please consider subscribing, setting notifications, commenting, sharing, all that good stuff. I could definitely use the support. Thanks again. Peace.